Welcome to West Coast Wednesday here on Prospectors Radio with Kathleen Biffle, Ron Harrison, Rich Cooley, Scott Swiftwater Toney, Indiana Gold Hunter, Dennis Dayton, and your host, Tim Grimes. We hope you enjoy the show, and thanks again for listening.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another West Coast Wednesday here on Prospector Radio. Joining me tonight, I got the whole darn crew here. First off, we're going to start with Mr. Ron Harrison. How are you, Ron?
Hey, I'm doing great tonight.
You're doing great?
You know, I've got that groin pull, and that's been kicking my butt the last couple days.
Damn, that's not good.
Yeah, I forgot I'm 69 years old on a 100-pound propane tank full of propane. I had to get it up on the deck out and back, so of course I had to lift it up there, and it wasn't good.
You're how old, Ron?
69.
So
70 in February.
So I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna give you a break.
Go ahead.
So he is the oldest one in the group, right?
Yeah, I was gonna ask him what Noah was really like.
Oh.
Wow.
Did you help build that ark?
You guys wouldn't believe what petrified wood looked like it before it was petrified.
Back in the days.
Really neat.
Ron invented fossils.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just
That's
like
okay,
with you,
guys.
Ron. I love you,
That's
Ron.
okay.
I just love you. You know that. It's fun to always throw a little dig in when we do that to you. Oh man, I'm sorry you're not feeling good.
Ya.
You can't be lifting that heavy stuff like that no more. You got to watch yourself. You know.
Oh yeah, that was stupid on my part. I felt when I ripped it down there too.
You probably felt it the minute you.
I've just been in pain.
When you grabbed it and picked it up, it probably just went. Yeah. It was like, oh my God. Yeah, that's.
But I had to keep going to get it up. Thank God the wife was up on top and she was pulling for all she was worth.
Oh, geez.
You know,
yeah.
Just way too much for us.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you need some kind of a winch system or something for that, right?
I guess we're going to start our well here in the next day or two.
Oh,
so
that's good.
Hopefully for long we're going to have water.
Yeah, hopefully that goes well.
Cool.
I know, pun intended, but I wonder how deep you'll have to go to hit.
Not deep at all because of the river, you know.
Oh.
I mean, all the hillside around here is full of creeks and natural springs inside of them, but
right.
You go deep enough, you're getting into it's river water that's filtered back through. I'm sure a lot of it, you know.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, that's cool. Get that water running.
But
getting closer, Ron.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
I know it feels good.
Just a lot of work.
Yeah, but it's all worth it, right?
It is.
You're where you want to be. Yeah. You're home. So
I'll just be glad to be able to go after some gold again. You know,
that's what
we all kind of live for, and I forgot what it was like.
Yeah, well, probably probably around summer you should be good to where you can finally get some time to get out there and start getting some, right? Not have so much to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, I think it.
Awesome, brother.
Probably before summer. Probably the spring is what I'm hoping for.
That'll be good. Well, keep us posted. We like to hear it. You know, we always like to hear what the progress is.
A lot of people coming down. A lot of people coming down. You know, on rafts and kayaks and all that kind of stuff in the summertime. So I'm going to probably want to. I'll be kind of cautious then.
Oh yeah, so it's all good. Get some gold. Get some gold. You want to go ahead and do the gold prices?
Well, glad to be here tonight. On with the show, brother.
All right. Also joining us tonight, we got Mr. Rich Cooley. How are you, Rich?
Pretty good. How's everyone tonight?
Doing good. What's happening in Rich's world?
Oh, I just got a text message a little bit ago that says my carburetor arrived at my house. So that's what I'm probably going to be doing tomorrow. Hopefully getting my carburetor on my dredge motor.
Now, did you buy a new carb?
Yeah.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, what did that cost for that? How bad was it? Not bad?
$13.
What?
$13.
For a new carburetor?
Yeah, the Honda dealer wanted $85. And then I said, well, what's your the off-brand, the aftermarket? And they said, oh, well, they're 36. And I said, well, screw you guys. I'll go on the internet and get it for 16 or 13. So I went on and found it for $13.
That's
and
amazing.
That came with the hose, the filter, the plastic housing, the carburetor, everything.
So I could probably get a carb for mine for about $13 too. Wow.
Yep. And mine's, like I said, mine is a Honda, what is it, GX200.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine's just...
You're going to have to send me that link where you got it, Rich, because I need to replace mine.
Yeah.
That goes to show you that shopping around helps.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, they have them for a GX160 and a GX200.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, man.
So
I did. Went on, typed it in, and hit eBay, and boom, there it was. First one on the list.
Well, I'm going to have to look and see now. Let's see
I
which
was like,
one's on
sold.
mine. Nice. Well, yeah. Sold. That was a no-brainer, right? $13.
Yeah, and it's free shipping, too. So
you couldn't beat that all day. You could have bought a couple of them. Had a spare, right?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Awesome, Rich. That's
so
great.
I'm going to try to put it on, and then I got a pretty decent way how I'm going to test it.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is bolt the motor to a piece of wood, just run screws down into the piece of wood and put it over top of a metal can.
Uh-huh.
And then, like a big trash can.
Right.
And then just fill it up with water, shove both hoses down in there, and fire up.
All right. Sounds like you have a plan, right?
Pretty simple.
It's pretty simple, it is. Heck, yeah. Well, yeah, let us know how it works out, all right? Heck, that's cool. $13. Yeah, I think, you might just want to pick up another one later on, just to have
Yeah, it was $12.95. I'm looking at it right now.
Wow. That's hard to believe. I would have been thinking, like you said, the $80 easily. You know?
Yeah, I mean, mine's a 5.5 horsepower.
Right.
But, I don't know what the difference is in all of them. But
Now, you guys got rules back there about engine size, correct?
No.
No? Okay. I didn't know if you were supposed to, you weren't supposed to be over. I thought it was you weren't supposed to go over a 6.
They're pretty much dredge size, aren't they?
Dredge,
like no
dredge
bigger than
size.
5 inch or something?
Nozzle size, 4.
Yeah, dredge size.
Nozzle size,
Yeah, not motor. We're good there. Yep. You can run a 350 Chevy with a 4-inch if you want. Which could be pretty cool, actually. Yeah. That'd be pretty neat. Well, awesome, Rich. I'm glad, man. That is great news. And it already arrived. It didn't take 6 months to get there. Yeah.
No, I was actually supposed to be here Friday, but just got a message today saying it was there, so hopefully it is when I get home. We'll see.
Cool, brother. Well, I'm
But
glad.
if that's the case, I'll be working on that tomorrow, hopefully, and then probably Saturday I'm going to be firing it up and see if it works.
So Sunday you'll let us know.
And then I can continue on my build.
Right. Awesome.
So, Rich, you ought to do a video on how to replace all that stuff.
Oh,
Show
you
us.
should. You should.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's a good
I mean,
idea.
there's not really that many.
Well, I already have it off
started
now.
doing one.
But,
Well, you could just...
I already have it off now, but...
Well, you can show the installation.
Plus, I can't really hold it. And if I had
film
somebody there holding the camera for me, I would, but
Yeah.
I'm by myself. There's no way I can hold it and do it at the same time, especially getting no linkages.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. She'd cut my head off just like my mom does when she takes my picture.
You need a selfie stick or something that you can put on.
Yeah.
You know? Something.
Yeah, the only basically hard part it is getting the little linkage to come out, and then a little string off. But other than that, it's basically 2 nuts and then 1 screw on top.
Right.
One screw on top holds the filter housing on.
Mm-hmm. Well, heck.
But other than that, it's basically simple.
Well, awesome, brother. I am happy for you. I think that's great. Yeah, I actually heard you call in to old Ed and Jesse show last night.
Well, I kind of figured that needed a little help there because, they were having issues. I guess he must have been having issues with his cell phone or something, or his computer.
Something, huh?
They were having a lot of dead airspace, so I figured I'd call in and try to talk to him, too. And
very cool. Yeah, it was good hearing you.
it was all good.
Yeah, it was. It was all good, man. Good job, Rich. Now, and you're going to be a guest on there, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to be on there the 14th.
The 14th of November?
In 2 weeks.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, in 2 weeks I'm going to be on the show. And
everybody make sure to tune in for that show. Let's catch our very own Rich Cooley over there.
Can't wait to talk to Dano and Jesse and Ned and everybody again. That'd be cool.
Pretty cool, man. Yeah, we'll make sure we remind everybody about that. Get everybody over there listening to it on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Right?
And we might even just give something away. We'll have to see if I get it in time.
Very cool. Double cool. All right, Rich, thanks for being here, brother.
Alrighty, thanks for having me.
Anytime. Also joining us tonight, we got Miss Kathleen Biffle. How are you, Kathleen?
Doing great.
Doing great. How's the kois?
They're cold. Everybody's cold.
Koisicles.
Koisicles right now.
Did you get the heater in there for them?
Not yet. It's not. You don't need it yet. It's not icing.
No, and it's going to be, what, 60-something tomorrow, they said?
Yeah, so.
Kathleen, do you knit?
Do I knit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
no.
Do you know how to knit?
Uh-uh.
Oh, just make them some little...
little koi sweaters.
Some little clothes, little blankies. Yeah.
I swear they make them, Ron. Koi sweaters and...
I'm sure.
I bet they do. We need to start looking for that.
Well, they really like the cave I made for them.
See?
I did out of rocks, so that's where they hang out when it's cold. So it's serving its purpose.
Because they're all huddling together in there,
it's
right?
Not a man cave, it's a koi cave.
It's a koi cave.
Koi cave. You need to get that heater in the koi cave, and then they'll be just like toasty
yeah,
koi.
So I stopped feeding them because it's too cold.
Oh, really? Are you supposed to do that when it gets cold?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they won't eat.
They won't? All right. Because they're getting ready to hibernate,
yeah,
right?
They just feed each other.
Yeah.
Their metabolism slows down, so they don't eat.
Okay, I got you. Well, like I said, tomorrow it'll be warmer. And they'll get a little break, a reprieve, and then back to cold in a couple days. So, well, I'm glad they're doing good, and you're doing good. You feeling better?
I wish I could say I was. I don't know. It's lingering. I think Shad and I are just passing it back and forth.
Probably. That's probably.
Unfortunately, I will not be able to go dredging this weekend.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Just too sick?
Well, just the project I'm working on is just lingering as well.
One of those deals.
Let's just say that.
Yeah, okay. I got you.
I see a light at the end of the tunnel, though, so, you know, I got a 3-day weekend coming up after, and I'm definitely doing something then.
Okay. Hopefully it ain't too darn cold by then. I don't think so.
It doesn't matter.
You don't care. I know, right? I don't even know why I said that. Cause I know.
Cold wasn't even a factor.
No. I can imagine.
Other factors.
And it ain't
and Halloween is over, so now I'm looking forward to Christmas. And Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving first. Turkey Day.
The Christmas tree will be up before Thanksgiving.
Oh, my God.
They've already got that stuff up at Lowe's.
They got it everywhere, dude. They were showing Christmas movies last night.
I wanted to put it.
Channel.
It may even come up this weekend. I don't know.
Oh, Kathleen, that's too soon.
It just cheers me up.
Well, I know, but that's the case.
Right now.
Put it up in September. It's like, God,
that's
no.
What I said.
They had Christmas.
I'm probably the only person that has to regularly dust off the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Because it's up so long.
What are you saying, Dennis?
I said they had Christmas stuff up before the Crony Club outing.
They had it everywhere.
I bought that light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
And last night on Hallmark Channel, they were showing Christmas movies back to back. It's like, really? Why?
Christmas carols.
Yeah, why? I'm like, now all of a sudden they'll start showing Elf will be on every night. And it's like, oh, come on, let's not push it that soon.
Hallmark, I think, started last Saturday.
Did.
Now till Christmas.
Yeah. Oh,
yep.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Carrie's asking me what colors this year on the tree. I don't know. What colors did we do last year? Purple and silver? I don't know. Silver and gold, maybe.
Oh, my God. That is crazy, man. You know what? No way. Oh, too soon, Kathleen. I'm sorry.
Dredge trash.
Oh, that's an idea.
Do a dredge art.
Dredge
tree.
art ornaments. Now that's a Shad, you're a genius.
Now I don't want to get tetanus.
Everybody get a tetanus shot. You come around the Christmas tree.
Yeah, those little kids might get cut.
That's still a good idea, though.
Yeah. Maybe. Well, we put 2 Christmas trees up. Maybe the one in here in the office. We'll put dredge art.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, clear coat some nails and some spark plugs and hang them on there.
That would be good.
That would be a cool Christmas tree.
Project.
Yeah, some barbed wire for tinsel. Oh, yeah, I see this. This could be...
Shad just rolled his eyes. He knows.
Yeah, he knows it's coming. Oh, no. Oh, wow. Crazy. Very cool.
It's
glad.
funny because when I was growing up, when I seen a Charlie Brown tree, I knew Christmas is going to be rough.
Yeah. So imagine if you see one with barbed wire and spark plugs and nails.
I know,
on
right?
It'd be like, wow.
I really get into the Christmas trees because we always had the same darn Christmas decorations every single year. And by the time I, was in high school, they were looking sad. So I like to rotate them.
Yeah. I don't know about you. I'm glad Christmas cheers you up. It depresses me.
Does.
Yeah.
I tried to convince her to decorate half a tree one way and the other half the other way. We'd shrink wrap it, unwrap it, and then just twist the tree around every year.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Guess that ain't happening, Chad. Nope, not happening. Well, Kathleen, I hope you feel better, and I'm glad you made it tonight. And looking forward to the news. Right?
Yep.
All right. Also joining us tonight, we got our West Coast connection, Mr. Scott Swiftwater. Toney, how are you, Scott?
Plugged in and live. What's happening
You're
out
here.
there?
You made it, right?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I didn't know. I've been up camp with you guys for a week. I had to come back home today because I have to, more or less, I wanted to make sure I was going to be able to make the show because I wasn't able to do a test with Tim, so I wasn't going to take the chance. And not only that, but I'm taking off to Colorado Friday after I get my trailer hitch put on tomorrow at 12, which it's only took 3 years to get that done.
Well, that wasn't bad.
So, but I'm going to take up there, and I'm going to go get me a 6-inch dredge.
Very nice, man.
Yeah,
look at
it's
you.
It's going to be a big toy. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're definitely moving up, right?
That's what Lisa said. She goes, you just stepped in it, right? I'm like, what? She goes, well, you just went from to holy mackerel.
Yeah, you went from to that. Yeah, Now, how big are you guys allowed to run down there? 6?
I'm not for sure.
Oh, okay.
We just do it.
I don't know, but
I don't know if they got I think if it gets over a certain amount, you go in and do a plan of operation, but I haven't heard,
Colorado's a 4-inch.
No, in Arizona, what is it, Ron?
Arizona.
Any idea?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I know Nevada and Colorado are 4-inch.
Okay. I wonder what Arizona is.
But like I said, I don't have just plans to use it here. I also have plans to use it at a couple other spots. The reason why I'm getting it's because it's a good looking machine and it's a nice price that I could afford, and you don't really find those that often. Number one, I do have to travel a little bit to go get it,
right?
But that's all right. But I got places that I want to go use it, not just here. I mean, if I get a chance to actually set it up and test it with my partner Ben Caldwell, we will be, pretty much just checking things out, seeing how it's running and stuff like that. Because if we get that much water, it's only going to stay here for maybe a week, and it's going to be gone. So to use something as big as a 6-inch, you could get away with it, but eventually you're just going to block yourself in, and you won't have anywhere from tailings, and the water will just be pooling up on you and just kind of messing everything up on you and filling your hole back in with sediment. So, yeah, but we're gonna do a test on it because I'd like to do a video on it, but I'd like to do a video on it on grounds that I know and that's close enough. If something goes wrong, I know exactly where to go to get the pieces and the parts to fix it and stuff like that.
Right.
being way far away, such like Idaho or something like that, you get out there, you're not too familiar with the ground that you're around. You're just familiar with the claim that you're digging on. So, you don't know the local stores, the ins and outs. I when I say local stores, I mean like the mom and pop shops where you can go and actually still get good deals on any kind of hardware. That's the ones I look for. I always try to go local first. If I can't find it local, then I start hitting Lowe's and Walmart and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But that's just something I do for wherever I'm going, because that's their community that I'm digging in. So why not keep the money local?
You want to put the money there. That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. Well, awesome, brother. Now, what you talking about tonight on your little segment?
Well, we're going to be talking about a little bit tonight. I've been throwing some dirt, dry washing, and there's some stuff that I want to go back and touch on, such as material, what you're looking at, why it's there, and the shapes. And I know there's a lot of people out there that's like, we've heard some of this and stuff like that. But for the people that haven't heard it, it's going to be a greater advantage. And some of the guys that are out here now that don't know a lot about it, it's going to help them out as well. Mm-hmm. Just what to look for. Like I said, looking at the top of the ground, you can't always tell what's 3 foot down. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's what we're going to hit on. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of working this week, throwing some dirt out there and working my little puffer and getting things classified. And I was going through my mind every day of what I know, what I'm looking for, and I actually finally hit it today. Right. And I thought, you know what, this would be a great touch up on tonight's show because it took me a little bit to find it. Let me tell you, but I found it.
Awesome, brother. Well, we look forward to your segment tonight, and thank you for being here. All right. Last but not least, our little buddy, the Indiana Gold Hunter, Dennis. Dayton, how are you, buddy?
I tell you what, I'm doing okay. I just got that stupid nagging cough now.
But you're getting better,
though? Yeah, I'm getting better.
No, it's good.
So,
no.
But I
was gonna say no digging, no for you.
I don't know. It all depends. I don't. First a couple things. I'm not gonna go into the extreme details, but it depends this weekend if I have transportation and if I can afford to go. So I don't know, but I did find out that Kevin did take a vacation next week. So but the guy that's working that I work with in the lab, he's actually he's still on 12 hours. So he said he'd probably take a day or two of it. So hopefully it's on Wednesday he takes it.
Okay. So cool. So that means you could possibly be here?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Not positive yet.
But that's his last week that he has for this year, so.
Okay. So then
that's a good thing.
Then it's all systems are go, right?
All systems are go. Yeah, it doesn't matter if the guy in days puts in, because I only have to work over till noon, so that doesn't affect anything. Good. So what else has been happening? I mean, other than I know you've been sick and... Yeah.
And that's been rough on you. It's like everybody seems to be sick, and just want you to feel better and get back to.
Yeah, I've been. It's been okay. I mean, it's like I said. I just, as with anything, usually I have a stupid nagging cough for like 2 or 3 weeks afterwards. So.
Yep, we gotta get you well, man. Gotta get you back to your funny, goofy self. So get well.
I feel a lot better, trust me.
All right, because after tonight, now I got to go back to giving you your names. So
I'm surprised you didn't do it.
No, I gave you the last week and this week because you don't feel well.
Okay.
That's it. You got
two
free tickets there. So just a warning. It's over.
Yeah, I haven't jib-jabbed either, so.
I know. I appreciate it. But I don't mind either.
You know he's sick when you don't see jib-jabs.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's why I knew he didn't feel well still, so. There's no jib-jabs. He's not feeling well.
I did see a Kiss concert. How was that?
That was pretty cool.
That was neat.
Yeah, they were really good. That's when I started getting sick, and then by the time we got done, man, I had to, like I was saying the last time, it was the worst drive home ever, because it hit me real fast, and I was just weak, sick, miserable.
I wonder if you picked it up there, Never know.
Yeah.
All them people Could have just got it there, and never know. That's crazy.
Never know.
You didn't get a flu shot this year, did you?
No, heck no, I'm not getting no more of them dang shots. I did that. They offered them at work.
Yeah, mine too.
And I did it 3 years in a row, and all 3 years I got
sick.
the flu after that, at least twice.
Yep, that's why I won't get them. Every time I get them, I get the flu.
And I went a year and I didn't get it, and I didn't get sick at all.
Yep.
And then I went that next year and got it again, and sure enough, I was sick 2 or 3 times. I'm like, nope, that ain't.
I know. Yep. They offered them at our work, too. Same thing.
They are really pushing that, too.
They are.
I mean, you can't walk down the halls at work without
flu
shot stands and people grabbing you.
Free flu shots.
It makes you think about it, though. There's something going on. I just don't trust it.
They're awful generous.
I don't either.
Yeah, they're awful generous with that flu shots anymore.
I know.
I've had a cold, but I haven't had the flu since, I quit taking a flu shot. So
yeah, that's the thing. I swear, stay away from the flu shot. Yeah. Then I went to the doctor's, Monday, and I'm getting ready to leave, and they're like, "Oh, would you like a flu shot?" I'm like, "No." The second time I've been asked, no. I don't want no flu shot. I'm good.
You like a punch in the face?
Yeah, right.
Why would I want to get shot up with the flu?
I don't want the flu. Keep it. Give it to somebody else. I'm good. Trust me.
Like a little shot of flu.
Yeah.
That's like, what makes me laugh is, they go, come down to Walmart and get your flu shots. Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to walk into Walmart and let a lady jam a needle in my arm.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you get a shot of the flu and then you're addicted to it all winter.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty weird. You can get your flu shots at Walmart now. It's like, really? You can...
It'll weaken you up.
I don't know. No flu shots.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you're here, brother, and I'm glad you're feeling better.
Oh yeah. Well, I physically feeling better. Mentally, it's getting worse, but physically, it's getting better.
Well, just get better. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the key. That's get well. And we glad to have you back. Glad you're here, and just get better. Okay, buddy.
Hopefully it's. I stay on these 8 hours, and man, it'd be sweet.
Drink lots of tea. Tea seems to help. For some reason. I don't know. It just helps.
I do drink a lot of tea, trust me.
Not cold tea. Hot tea.
Oh. I drink peach apple.
No, that don't count.
I drink tons of tea, man. You don't have to worry about that.
Doesn't help.
I might need to heat that up.
Try some hot tea occasionally. Maybe some orange juice.
I don't know who Herbal is, but he makes a good tea.
Yeah, Herbal. Try that Herbal tea.
Green
herb guy.
Green tea. Yeah, green tea. That's it. That's the one. Get you feeling better.
The wife makes one. She usually makes a huge pot of, and we eat it for 3 or 4 days.
See?
So I'm talking about a huge pot of chicken noodle soup.
Oh, there you go. Some
homemade chicken noodle soup.
That's a good idea. I'll go get me a big old pot of green tea and go grab a limb off a tree, and that way I can chew on some wood and drink some green tea.
Yeah, there you go. That make you feel better. Chew on a branch.
Yeah. Delicious.
You'll feel like brand new. Drink some orange juice occasionally. It's good for you.
It's all right, so.
All right. Well, good. Well, I'm glad you made it tonight, brother.
Yep.
All right. Also joining us tonight, I don't want to forget our producer, Mr. Shad Biffle. How are you, Shad? You back there?
Yeah, I'm back there.
He's sick too.
Oh my God! Wham!
Well, yeah, it happens.
I wanted you to tell everybody what you've been up to. I know you've been working on our YouTube page.
Well, yeah, we put out the Cronies Club outing video on Gold Prospector Space YouTube channel. So definitely check it out. We posted it on GPS. But if you like YouTube, please subscribe and be sure to follow it. Tim, I know you've been posting all our Sunday and Wednesday shows there.
Yep, they all go directly there. Yep.
So, and we also posted some of our older videos that we kind of did last year. Blooper reels, a Facebook Live montage.
That's funny.
And then we still got to get Ron's video and now Scott and Swiftwater, but meet the co-host and host videos so you get to know them a little bit and see them.
That's cool. Yeah, if we ever get Ron's and Scott's, that'd be pretty neat. We'll have them all down there. Yeah.
And I want to see a lot of people share the link to the page. I mean,
Yeah.
that's, you know what, guys out there, without us, we don't have you, and without you, there's no everybody else. So we got to have you guys pitch in and help a little bit, and throw that link around for sure. Get people to watch it.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was fun, and it's funny video, and like I said, the blooper one cracks me up all the time. It's just like, oh my god.
And we weren't even trying.
No,
that's just every
that's the
day,
sad part.
like, hanging out.
That's the sad part. That's why, if you haven't seen them, you got to go there and watch them. And you'll like them. We guarantee it. And I just wanted to thank Shad for his hard work getting that done, getting those videos done, getting them posted, and like Shad said, our shows they go to YouTube. I don't know if they play live on there or if they go there afterwards.
They go after it.
They go afterwards, so it's like an archive.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're on.
Now, there's a way he could go live with it, but he'd have to probably do it on his end.
Oh, okay. Well, I know from Spreaker they're posted directly to YouTube, and they go to SoundCloud now and iHeart and TuneIn and iTunes, and we're all over the place. It's kind of hard not to find us. So we're out there. If you want to listen, we are out there. And if you have a Amazon Alexa, tell her to play Prospector Radio, and she'll play it for you. She sure will.
You mean Alexa knows us?
Yes, she does.
Too far, Tim. Too far.
Well, she does. If you have one, just try it. She knows.
You have that? Do you have that, Tim?
No, I wish I did.
Oh,
No, don't you dare.
don't be saying that.
That's like bugging your house.
I want an Alexa. I want to be going, Alexa,
It's
play
like bugging your house.
Prospector Radio. She'll play it.
No.
Of course, it would be funny if Tim did get one, because I'd want to be over there with the camera while Tim tried to figure out how to get it to work.
Yeah, but it'd be neat, And then if you guys had one, I could say, Alexa, call Dennis Dayton, and she'd say, calling Dennis Dayton, and she'd call you. See?
He'd be so mad. The last word you'd hear is pull.
Hey, you know what? I'm fine with Siri.
Oh, you'd like Alexa better. I think
Alexa and Siri just don't get along.
They don't. They don't jive. I think Alexa's a little smarter than Siri sometimes.
I don't have none of this stuff.
Scott, you're in the Stone Ages.
I don't have any of it either, Scott.
I see it on TV, and I'm like, now who would just... come on.
Oh, man, I love that stuff. I don't know. It's just a little nerd.
Clearly, you people haven't watched enough sci-fi movies to see what happens.
Right.
Yeah, I don't trust it.
No.
I've seen the Terminator 2000.
Yeah, that's funny, though. All right. Well, let me go on. Shad, thank you, brother, for being here, and thank you for all the hard work this week, buddy. Okay?
Yeah, it looks great. Looks great.
Yep. Great job.
Oh, don't forget to watch the Cronies Club outing all the way to the end.
Oh yeah, past the thingy, right, Kathleen?
Past
the commercial.
Prospectors Radio commercial, there's a little funny clip in there of a real big fail, actually.
See, now we all got to go watch. I got to go watch it.
I got to watch it all the way through.
Funny.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Shad. Good job. Good job. And on that note, let's kick it over to Kathleen and...
It is time for Dredging Up the News with Kathleen Biffle. Mining news from around the globe, metal detecting, dredging, entertainment news, and fun facts as well. Here's Kathleen.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Tried to hit the cough button. Didn't get it here in time.
We don't. Yeah, that's what the way we sound, we're going to need a cough button here.
Oh, goodness. All right. November 1st. Can you believe it?
Nope.
All Saints Day.
All Saints Day.
All right. Battle Mountain, Nevada. Federal safety regulators say the 2 workers killed at the Marigold mining accident were safety coordinator. It was a safety coordinator and a mine trainee. They were killed when the van they were riding in was run over by a haul truck. The bodies of the 2 victims have been recovered from the van. In addition to the 2 victims, there were 7 trainees inside the van.
Wow.
Yeah, all 7 were taken to the hospital and then released. This happened late last night, I do believe.
That's crazy.
The haul truck driver was also taken to the hospital for treatment of shock.
Mm-hmm.
MSHA has several personnel on site right now, and they are starting an investigation.
Wow.
That was just today. That was
Man, I wonder how they didn't see him.
I know.
Though that's why they're going to be investigating, I'm sure.
Wow.
More to come.
Wow. It's crazy and sad.
Madison, Wisconsin. A legislative committee has signed off on a Republican bill that would end Wisconsin's nearly 20-year ban on gold, silver, and nickel mining. The Republican-controlled Assembly Labor Committee approved the bill 6-3 Tuesday, despite Democrats warning that lifting the ban will lead to devastating pollution. Evidently, back in 1998, Wisconsin lawmakers had passed a bill that required sulfide mining applicants to provide a similar mine has operated in North America for 10 years without causing pollution, and then a similar mine has been closed for 10 years without causing pollution. So that was the bill back in 1998. The bill's chief sponsors say lifting the prohibition will help northern Wisconsin's economy. The vote clears the way for an assembly floor vote on Thursday.
That's
tomorrow.
Cool. That'd be good.
Interesting bill.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you can never prove it, so I mean...
I just don't understand how they think it's going to be pollutant.
Well, that was the old bill that... I guess it was some kind of crazy bill back in 1998 that they passed, and that's what this committee is signing off to end it.
Right, saying it's not.
Because that was a crazy bill.
Yeah, it was a crazy.
Yeah.
You can't prove it.
Yeah. So that's the thing. So hopefully it'll get back to normal.
Yes.
Good.
All right. So now we are in global news. I have 3 stories for you in global news.
All right.
1 second. I'm going to take a glass of water. A sip of water.
Get a sip of water.
My throat is killing me. In South Africa, more than 2,000 miners received their walking papers. Precious metal producer Sabine Stillwater has delivered termination papers to over 2,000 workers at its Cook gold mine. The National Union of Mine Workers, also known as NUM, on Tuesday reported that the company officially will begin shutting down operations. The mine is South Africa's largest gold producer and the world's 3rd largest producer of palladium and platinum. Evidently, back in August, it warned it would restructure its Beatrix West and Cook operations, a move that was expected to affect 7,400 of its employees. At the time, the company also said it might cut up to only 330 jobs in the mines acquired from Anglo American Platinum and Aquarius Platinum. Sabine has since abandoned plans to close some of its platinum mines as it achieved bigger than expected cost savings. So,
what's Aquarius Platinum? I've never heard of that one.
That it's one of their companies that they acquired. So. The larger company is called Sabine Stillwater. Well, you should Stillwater like in almost Swiftwater, but it's Stillwater.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that takes us to Russia.
Ruska.
Mm-hmm. The Russian government. They're planning to expand a special economic zone in the far east portion of the country. They want to secure an initial investment of $38 million for a gold and silver mining project. The Ministry for the Development of Far East Russia is backing an amendment for the legislation that will allow for expansion of the Nikolazvik Advanced Special Economic Zone. We will just call it the End Zone.
Okay, there you go. That'll work. Make up your own names for it.
Russia's NKG Resource, which specializes in geological exploration and production of metals and minerals, is behind the mines project in the expanded part of the zone. The investor intends to build an ore processing plant at the Polyanka deposit, which is estimated to contain recoverable reserves of 7 3/4 tons of gold and 12.2 tons of silver.
Oh, you know they're all over that.
Yes. Evidently, the N zone was established April of this year. Gold reserves in Russia's Far East account for 45% of the country's total gold production. And also reserves of precious metal are estimated at 5,000 tons. More than 50 gold mining companies work in that region today.
Pretty cool.
Wow.
I wonder if it's super cold there.
Oh, I bet. Man.
Oh, goodness.
Well, if you think about 13 of them in one, region, that's quite a bit. Companies are pretty big anyway, so.
Yeah. Right. So this is a gemstone story, which it's just a little one, but
it's okay.
I don't really hear too much about gemstone companies.
No, not really.
No. Fura Gems, it's a Toronto and Dubai-based gemstone mining company, purchased 76% of a Colombian emerald mine. They call it Esmeralda. Esmerical?
Just call it End Zone.
I don't know. Esmeralda. Anyway, they purchased it for they purchased it for $10.2 million.
Wow.
Yes. So, the current owner of the mine will hold 21.71% interest in the mine, with another 2.29% retained by minority holders. Let's see, the mine has been open for 400 years, and it produces some of the finest emeralds in the world.
I was going to say, it must be a good mine for them to pay that kind of money for it after 400 years. Yeah. 400-year-old mine. Let me give you $10.5 million for it. Yeah.
Yeah, here's $10 million.
Must be a heck of a mine. Good Lord.
I know.
Jeez.
I thought that was interesting.
It is interesting. Very interesting.
It's just some fun facts.
Probably the Hoffman's old mine.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Fun facts.
Fun facts. And since we left on a gemstone note, and it is a new month, guess what I'm going to do?
I don't know. Tell me.
What?
It's the gemstone of the month.
Our birthstone.
That's right.
Fun
the
fact.
gemstone of the month. Yeah.
The birthstone for November. Actually, November is associated with 2 birthstones. I didn't know if you guys knew that. And they are Topaz and Citrine.
Really?
Yes, Topaz. I'll talk about that one first.
Okay.
Topaz can be in shades of yellow, a brown, honey, green, blue, red, pink, and sometimes they could be clear. Or with no color is what they call them. A sherry red topaz is very rare. The most prized is the imperial topaz, which is orange with a pink undertone. And topaz is predominantly found in Mexico, Australia, Nigeria, and Brazil. However, can also be found in pockets of the U.S. The ancient Egyptians and Romans associated the gem with the sun god, giving it the power to protect and heal. Legend has that the topaz dispels enchantment. It's believed that the wearer of a topaz will have creativity, and it increases your attention span. It stimulates your self-confidence and helps you understand complex ideas.
I'm going to get me a necklace.
Yeah.
It's a great meditation stone. It will assist in with those who have psychic abilities. So if you're psychic, it'll enhance your abilities. It gives you hope and enhances concentrations and help attract new friends.
Oh, pretty cool.
That's pretty nifty.
It is.
That's a whole lot of stuff for one stone.
Oh, wait till like citrine.
Ooh.
Now, citrine is one of my favorites. I'm actually wearing a citrine ring right now. So citrine is said to be also a gift from the sun. The name citrine is French for lemon. The color ranges from a lemon yellow to a bright orangey brown. The most sought after citrine are the clear ones, the radiant yellowish to brownish and red color ones. You can find them in the U.S., Russia, Madagascar, England, France, Spain, Brazil, and South Africa. In ancient times, citrine was carried as a protection against snake venom and evil thoughts. Ancient stone, and it's associated with success and prosperity. It's known as a spiritual cleanser. If there's too much negative energy in your spirit, wear citrine to balance and rejuvenate it, especially if you're dealing with toxic people or a toxic environment. It's a good crystal to have if you're going through depression or have fears and phobias. The energy of citrine will help you analyze situations and digest information and stimulate intellectual activities.
It's funny, you're like, you tell these, like, it helps you keep your cool.
Yes. When you're dealing with toxic situations.
Right.
Interesting stone.
Yes, so I am wearing a citrine ring.
Citrine. Let's all get some citrine.
Get a little citrine in your life.
That's right. Get a little citrine going. Heck yeah.
And it's actually amethyst. It's a type of quartz.
I didn't know that.
Huh.
Yeah. Heated amethyst.
Learned something new.
Heat-treated amethyst. I think.
That's what gives it its yellow color.
Yes.
Ah.
Cool.
You know what's bad is I could have found some of that and I would have never known it.
No, me neither. Nope. You'd say, what's this rock doing in here? Toss it out.
You would just think it's a piece of quartz. Probably.
More than likely, you're probably right. It's just, oh, that's nice. Woohoo! Bye bye.
Yep.
You see a lot of it there in Arizona.
Oh, we got tons and tons and tons of quartz out here.
And when we see quartz in Ohio, I'm like, ooh, quartz!
I gotta save that.
I'm saving it.
It's pretty. Ooh.
It's pretty.
Oh, I went crazy when I was in Arizona. Just collecting all the rocks.
Yeah, quartz crazy. That's what happens when you get around it and you only.
I couldn't collect too many because my suitcase would have been too heavy for the flight.
See, darn. Should have just shipped yourself a bag load of it home, I guess.
Oh, you just wait when I have to go out for work.
Oh, I can imagine. I see it.
They're gonna be, Kathleen, what are you doing?
I'm getting some rocks.
No,
that's funny.
What's it look like I'm doing? Oh, mercy. And we got that's not it, is it, Kathleen?
That is it.
Oh, darn.
That was dredging up the news.
Oh, darn. I hate for it to be over.
Sorry that wasn't so much.
No,
I had
that's fine.
A load this
I just
week.
hate for it to be over. You know? I always enjoy your fun facts. You know? Always. And enjoy your news, too. But your fun facts are always very interesting to me. It's like, oh, that's cool. On that note, I think we should have Ron give us some gold and silver prices. Right, Ron?
All right. Well, gold is up $12.74. It's up $5. It had gone down, but it's going back up again. $12.74, up $5. Silver, $17.12, up 44 cents. Platinum, $9.33, up 13. Palladium is $1,000, up $21.
Ooh.
Also, remember, folks, for Sunday show, to turn at 2 a.m. Sunday morning, or you'll be late for the show. Turn your clocks back to Sunday.
Oh, that's right. Clocks go back. I forgot about that.
Okay, so what's that going to
go back, or you'll be late for the show if you don't.
What time's
turn them
the
back.
show?
7.
Well, at the same time it is every
7:30.
Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Daylight saving time ends. Scott, for us. Weird.
All right.
Yeah, we're
Arizona doesn't
7:30 Eastern Standard
Yeah, we
Time.
don't move. We don't move. So
You're the same. So, yeah, it don't matter out that way. It's those East Coasters.
Yeah.
It's got to change their clocks back.
And also, update, Houston Astros are ahead 5-0 on the Dodgers, just coming up top of the fourth. And while we've been on here, they've had a multiple shooting in Thornton, Colorado at a Walmart.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
They don't have any new details or anything on it. It's just a ticker running across Fox News.
Wow.
Just wanted to throw that stuff out there.
All right. Well, thank you,
I just watched a video where they were at Walmart a little bit ago. That's when I was talking about it on the chat site. They got, if there's 100 cops there, and they said several people's gotten shot, but I wasn't listening to what they were saying because I was hearing the show. But yeah, it's a something going on for darn sure.
It's a crazy world we live in, I'm telling you.
Crazy world.
Yes, it is. Be safe out there. All right, and I think now it's time for Scott and
now it is time for In the Goldfields with Scott Swiftwater Toney. Join Scott each week as he shares useful information to help you find and recover more gold. Here's Swiftwater.
Woohoo, woohoo! How is everybody doing tonight, man? I hope you're doing good.
Mm-hmm.
This West Coast Wednesday I want to talk about, and everybody loves it, dirt. It's the most common stuff that we all dig in because that's where the gold is. Mm. So, without ado here, let's get ready. What I was wanting to talk about is this week I have been out. My first week out. I'm not at camp right now. I come back home just to make sure I was going to be able to come on Gold Prospector Space Radio and do tonight's show. But this week I've been thinking all week, I always try to come up with something, new and things like that. And I'm going to have some guests on later on. Like I said, I want to make sure that the internet's going to work with Tim. I don't want it cutting out on somebody while we're in the middle of an interview. That's it's not going to work for me. It's not going to work for you guys as well.
Right.
So, but anyway, I was digging, like I said, all week this week, using my little puffer dry washer and keeping consistent. And I figured out, number one, the way that I ran the motorized dry washer is not the most productive way on a hand crank puffer dry washer. I did classify up about 30 buckets the first day I went out. And, there's a lot of rock throwing and stuff like that involved where I'm at because it's right in a creek, and you're right on the edge of the river rock and the old jagged mountain rock on the side. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of moving rocks and getting stuff out of your way. But I found it more effective to actually shovel directly into the machine, and I always keep a bucket on the back side of it. Just to catch the big tailings and everything like that. But there's one thing you got to watch because of a puffer. It's got a little swing wheel down there, and you can't put a bucket too close to the back or you're going to be bumping that swing wheel on your bucket. And what that's going to do is pretty much end up knocking your machine out of whack or knocking it forward and changing your level and stuff like that. So if you're going to use a bucket in the back to get rid of your big tailings, kind of like I do, like I said, I do not like my tailings to be anywhere around my machine when I'm working because it's just too many trips, falls. You could break an ankle. It's hazards that you just don't need. So always try to get rid of your tailings off from your dry washer, at least 3-4 feet where you're not going to be working at. But like I was saying, I did find out that it was more effective to shovel in because of the fact that I could shovel in, get my hopper full, go down and dig a lot more dirt. I could go down with my pick and dig out the rocks and throw them out, take my leisures, get everything nice and classified hand-wise before, it's always an advantage to do it hand-wise, before you go to the classifier on the dry washer because I don't need a 4-pound rock on there. Mm-hmm. I already know that's not gold. So we always, get it out hand-wise. And then we use the 1/4 inch on the hopper. And then after that, I find it's just a lot more easy to fill the hopper, get some stuff prepared, go run your hopper, crank your wheel around, and then come back, fill your hopper again, crank your wheel around, and then after about 2 or 3 times doing that, jump back in your hole and get a pick back in your hand and get, maybe a shovel. Do something different. Because the first day that I got, like I said, the 30 buckets, the next day I sat out there and actually ran those 30 buckets. And if you're solidly cranking it, it gets tedious.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so if you're taking, if you're doing different stuff, your body doesn't feel you yourself cranking that thing. But if you go out there and run 30 buckets to it straight, you're going to feel it at the end of the night. I can already guarantee it. I did it.
Oh, where did I hear that before?
Yeah, somebody said that. Was it you, Rich?
Yeah, I believe I did say that.
Yeah, but you
I said I'd like to see you do that.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm going to use that, and I am going to do the dry washer thing. I'm going to do a test just to see if my other dry washer is going to catch any finer gold. Mm-hmm. But it's just a test that I could. That's just information that I'm going to bring later on into like the show, and then maybe to a video as well. But
cool.
As far as the puffer goes, like I said, I find it's more at an advantage to shovel into it, run it, go back, classify some more up, shovel into it, run it, rather than classify everything up and then run it at one time.
Yeah, sit and just crank.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I tried to run a puffer low and slow like you do a motorized 2, just to kind of butter it up, and it doesn't work quite as well because it will not keep the riffles full. So I suggest that the opening on your puffer dry washer or motorized one it's got the bellows would be at least an inch opening. I find an inch opening is just enough that it keeps all the riffles full, not over full, or that you can't see the action and the stuff that you're wanting to see working, and it doesn't keep it under full where the air is escaping from your middle riffles and not your top riffles are full and your middle riffles don't have anything in them, so you're losing air. So I find 1 inch works better for what I'm running because right now it's extremely dry. And I've got it, like I said, I've got it on the second setting on that dry washer just because it is that dry, and I want it to puff up in the air and then back down into the cup. And it seems to be working really good. I did pan a little bit of it out, and I'm still back on the gold, but I still just have I want to just it's in my mind, that test. I want to confirm to myself that puffer is catching just the same amount as fine gold as the motorized one. Now, yeah, I could be wrong because we all know that motorized dry washers have vibration in them. So, and a puffer it's just me cranking it around. Mm-hmm. So you can't really, you can't really justify the difference in the both of them. It's really hard. It's really, it's hard to explain to me. Dirt is dirt, and some of it out here is dry and silty, which how do you explain silt? Like flour.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I mean, it's, buddy.
Yeah.
It's really like flour. And what's really funny is it can actually, this silt out here, if you don't pay attention, can go through the matting in your dry washer and get in the bottom and clog your mat.
Really?
It's that fine.
Wow.
I mean, if you go to
I have seen it.
Yeah. If you go to some places like Quartzsite and stuff like that, and you try to run a recirculator, you got mud in 5 minutes. It's just that silty out here. And well, that's why they do say dry washing's king. Mm-hmm. And like Kathleen said, yeah, she's seen it. I mean, you get some fine silt, and it'll float in the air for, I don't know, a good 10 feet if you get it airborne good enough. I mean, it's really fine stuff. So, I mean, you always got to pay attention to that as well, of the dirt clogging on the bottom of the mat. Always, even in a motorized one, always pay attention to what's going inside that box, because you could have a crack on the side you just didn't know about. And that little dirt, it'll work its way in there. So always keep those cleaned out. As far as the dirt goes tonight, though, this is a fantastic thing I was looking for. Like I said, I am digging on a creek side, mountainside, kind of where they both meet. And the reason this is because it's a big inside bend. Mm-hmm. And when I say a big inside bend, this is probably going to be about, I would say, a little 3/4 of a 20-acre claim. Let's put it that way. It's about 3/4 down is the bend. And then the other quarter there, it bends back. So it's a big inside bend. And what I was looking for, though, is I went back in And, we all look for river-worn rock. I mean, that's a give me. Everybody wants to find that because they know that's where the water's been. Mm-hmm. But what's going to happen is typically out here, people will ask me, why am I digging in this one type of dirt? Because it's got jagged mountain rock, and, man, it's sharp, folks. You don't want to put your knee on it. You don't want to hit your hand on it, your arm, because it just breaks apart. It's that jagged. But it is in what I call a fast placement zone. And what I mean by fast placement zone is you're going to find dirt, rocks, just gnarly stuff in there. It's going to almost look like a cement, but it's going to be airy. So when you put a pick in it, there's going to be a lot of it fall down. Now what that is because it come through with a really fast flood. It laid it there, and the water went away. And then after that, it dried. So that's why you got the air, the little air pockets where the rocks were and stuff like that inside of it. And then right below that is what we're really looking for, and that's going to be our rounded rock and our more sandy stuff, to where the water actually rose quickly but continued to flow for several weeks. Mm-hmm. And that's why you get the more sand buildup rather than that cement stuff, because the cement was just fast dropped. The sand has been continuously running for, 2-3 weeks when the water was high. So if you get water that runs for 2 or 3 weeks like that, generally, after a while, that's going to bring gold down from somewhere else above, if you have that much flow to put the sand up in there. But I did get, like I said, I went through and got through the jagged mountain rock, and I just broke through today and got into that nice sand layer with those river rocks in it. Now, I dug there before, and I think I've got the 3 foot of the fast stuff that I got to get through. It's about just a little over my belt. And then down below that, I'm in the first 1 foot of that sandy stuff. And what I want to say is about the sandy stuff is because you go down and you keep hitting rocks, but once you pop them, then you find out that, the sand goes a little deeper. But like I said, I've dug there before, so I know that sand's approximately 4 feet deeper down to bedrock. Mm-hmm. But the only thing about this bedrock is it does up and down shifts. So you could dig in a hole, and then you go left and you go right, and you find out that you're standing in the middle of a V. So you're like, so then you got to jump over that V, and you got to start it over again. You got to start from the top, and then you got to work your way down again. Uh-huh. And for you guys out there, it's dry wash. You bending over, trust me, you're going to bend over dry washing. There is no standing up and going, wee, it's just, you're going to bend over a lot. So get ready for that. So you picking up buckets out of holes and stuff like that. And I always tell people when they first start dry washing, they say, well, what should I do first? I said, make a walkway. They say, what do you mean? I said, well, you see where you want to dig? They go, yeah. Start 4 feet out and make a trail digging down into that. And they're like, why? I'm like, well, because when you're carrying 5-gallon buckets, having a walkway is better than lifting those things up 4 feet high and putting them on a bank and then jumping out of a hole and then bringing them to your machine. True. It'll kill you if you don't make a walkway. And a lot of people's like, well, that's going to take time. But you know what, folks? If 1 hour of your time is going to be that much, you might want to plan a little bit more time to go out and prospect or dig gold, so I say. Because you're out there, number one, you already know where it's at. You should have prospected it. You should know where it's at. And number two, when you go out there, you're there for a reason to dig gold. Don't make it hard on yourself, Don't kill yourself. Right. You get back from a good weekend dig, and you're thinking, man, I feel like somebody just beat me with a bat. You're really, how many times are you going to go through that? And, sometimes you find gold and sometimes you don't. But if you don't more than you do, how many times are you actually going to go through that before you just kind of give up on prospecting? And that's what we don't want.
No, right.
Yeah. So, like I said, you always look for those kind of, and like I said, it's not really what you call a contact zone, but that's what I would call it just because I could see that there's been 2 different types of floods in there. And I know when I get down a little bit deeper in that sandy flood area, that's when I get into some rocks and gravel that are approximately anywhere from a 1/16 to an 1/8 to a 1/4 inch big. It's really fine. It almost reminds you of pea gravel, but just not as defined as pea gravel. Like pea gravel is all the same size, but you'll get into like one little half foot to a 1 foot area of that stuff, and that's pretty much what I want to go into, and then get down to the bedrocks. So, I mean, once I see that sandy, that pea gravelly stuff, I know I'm about a half foot from bedrock, either on either side. From the basic facts that we've dug out there so much, and you dig so many holes, and you end up seeing the same stuff over and over and over. So it kind of gives you hints and warnings. And trust me, there are some warnings. I mean, we get some stuff out there we call yellow cake, and it's actually called yellow bar, but we call it yellow cake. And you start digging into it, you think, oh my gosh, this is gonna be rich. There's nothing in it. But then when you find that yellow cake, the first 2 inches has something in it. If you go any deeper than that, if for some reason there's just nothing in it. And still to this day, I don't know what that yellow cake is. It's some kind of mineral that comes out in the water or in the ground when it dries out here in the desert. And some things, if they get all day sun on them out here, it'll really change the way things dry and the way the water affects what minerals are actually in the dirt. So it's really weird how to explain it. I think I'm gonna have to look it up and try to find out what that yellow cake is. Like I said, it's soft. You could hit it with a hammer; it'll just go boom, like if you hit a sponge. And it's real. Like I said, you take the first 2 inches off the top, scrape it off with a shovel or a hoe, you're pretty good. But once you start trying to throw a pick into it, you're wasting your time.
I wonder what it is.
Yeah, because your pick will bounce. It's like you didn't do anything.
I wonder what it is, though.
I don't. Like I said, it's got to be a mineral that's got set in there that the sun had time to bake it. Is the only thing I could think it is.
Caliche with sulfur in it?
You know what? It doesn't have a smell.
Oh, okay.
I thought about sulfur too. I'm like, no, there's no smell whatsoever to it.
Does it got any taste?
So it's not cow patties.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It ain't a cow patty. I'll tell you that much.
You haven't tasted it a little bit just to see?
If it tastes like yellow cake.
I'm a gold miner. I'm not a crazy gloom gold miner.
Well, just put your finger in a little taste test and see what the heck it is.
No, I mean when you scrape it off, it looks like
Yukon Cornelius.
Yeah, that's right. He tastes his pig. That's right. You're right, Kathleen. Thank you. So see, tasting it, there's nothing wrong with that. You need to know. The hell is that?
No, I don't think I want to taste it. Like I said, we find it in weird spots because it's not quite down to the water, but it's not quite up where it would be in a big flood zone. It's just kind of in the medium spots, and then we always find it on a steep slope. We never find it. Yeah, we never find it in a flat area. We always find it on like one steep slope along a certain kind of bedrock, and it's always facing the sun. Believe it or not, that's why I always said it has to do. I think it has to do with the way the sun is drying some of the elements in the dirt out here after so long of being there, and that's the only thing I could tell you about that. But like I said, top 2 inches we'll take of that cake. The rest of it we're taking out. We're looking for the river rock and stuff, and a lot of the reddish sand. And a lot of people out here in the West Coast, they look for that red sand and red dirt out here, because you never can tell. The minerals in it speak for itself, and you can see, if you get good days where maybe we didn't get a lot of rain or something in a summer's months, you can go along some of the roads and drive around here in Arizona. You can see that red hue stripe, and anything like that's kind of worth going up and actually taking a couple little bags home and just to find out what's going on, because you one pan, you're going to find what minerals are there. I mean, people's finding black sand. They're like, oh my God, I got to go claim it. No, don't claim it. Don't claim it yet. You got to find gold before you claim anything in the first place. But, if you go, just like I said, go test it out. If you don't see any claim markers and stuff like that, not everybody sees the same thing you do when you're riding around.
That's strange.
You can see a red hue and nobody else has seen it for years just because you were there at the right time. The trees were, thin. The bushes were half dead, and, all the ground was showing, and you seen it. So I always say taking advantage of it, and you always look for the red hues out here, especially if you're a dry washer. I mean, you really want to start in the red stuff, or if you find a good place like where I'm at now and you're popping up river rocks and getting some good sand out. I like to do that as well. Now, when I'm working big river channels like I am, well, here it's not a wash. It's actually.
You there?
Can you hear me?
Now we can, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but Black Canyon City is quite wide. So to actually work in the main channel, you're going to be moving 75% rocks and you're going to get 25% material. Now, I'm not saying you could not find bigger gold in that material. I'm just going to say it's going to take you a lot longer to get down to actually finding gold because there's so much overburden that covers up the middle of the creek. Mm-hmm. So try those high flood areas and try to think of where the water is flooded and look at your surroundings, your cactus, your trees, because most stuff, unless you're a water tree, you're not going to live through a flood. I mean, it's going to just wipe you out with rocks and gravel. So like the mesquite trees and the saguaros out here and stuff like that, that's going to give you a real good elevation of where the water has actually been and has continued to be because nothing else has ever grown below that mark. Now, anything below that mark, you can dig. Anything above it, you're going to get in trouble. Oh. That's what we call out of the high banks, and then they pretty much frown upon that. It's not good. Like what we do is dry land dredge a lot out here. I would never do that in the high banks. But now dry washing's a different thing. You can take a dry washer up these washes and walk quite a ways up them and still test here, test here, test here, test here. And that's another one of the reasons why I got that buffer is so we could walk up washes and test it, and not have to tote the gas and the oil and all that other stuff, the gas motor and the hoses and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, just test stuff out like that. Utilize, find out, think. Even back in the East Coast, think about where the water was 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Think of how you guys have seen floods. Think of the floods that people talk about. How big were they? And then you're going to find those inside bends that you never found. And you're going to find those sandy channels that are laying in little bitty, washes that go through woods that go down to the creek and stuff like that. And you're going to find out that, some of those are pretty beneficial because they're coming out of gravel sources.
Or think before reservoirs and dams were made.
Yeah. Where exactly.
Think those old rivers used to run, old creeks.
They used to flow, gush, and roll and tumble, and oh boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I just thought about that too. I think I seen a video from Razor, and he was saying something. It was a creek or a river, and buddy, it was a moving. And he said, "Oh, bringing in fresh gold." And I seen it on Facebook a couple days ago.
Right.
But man, that river was like holy moly. Mm-hmm. If you were caught in that, just wave at me because I'm waving at you because there ain't nothing I can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was just.
That was pretty cool.
Big,
you're right.
Yeah, big giant, like just you see the swells like they come over a rock. Though, man, that's when you see the power in the water is when you see swells coming up 5-6 feet off of a rock. You know it's moving not only the big rocks, but it's moving all that good gold and all that fine sediment as well.
Hey, Scott, quick question from one of the chat rooms. Ohio Relic Hunter asked, has Scott ever ran across any old mining camps out there? And if so, has he ever detected or prospected any of them?
Yes, I have. And let me tell you a little secret out here. The mining camps that we come across out here, you're going to find boot tacks, old tin cans, lids, tobacco cans we found. But it's really funny because you do find a lot of boot tacks. And believe you don't really find a lot of gun shells or nothing like that. Every now and then you'll find some, but not a lot in the old camps. You don't really find any. They didn't really camp next to where they were digging, if you think about it. So I don't find any gold, but I don't find any real, not real treasures neither. I mean, every now and then you'll find like a little bitty horseshoe, and And that's kind of cool because, a horseshoe's a horseshoe, but you find a little bitty ones and you're thinking, that had to be a mule. It had to be on a mule shoe or something. I mean, there's some little bitty ones that I found that's only like 4 inches, 3 inches wide.
Did they ever put them on their boots back in them days? Remember when they used to put them like on the heels of their boots to keep them from wearing out? You
know what? You can never tell. I mean, being out here and being in the rocks, that that could have been a wise thing to do. But I've never heard of anybody talk, because we talk a lot of the old stuff around here and stuff like that. We've got a lot of old timers up there where I'm digging, and they don't mind to share the stories. But I've never heard of anybody actually saying that they used a steel shoe or a shawl on the back of their boot for that.
Yeah, interesting. That'd be pretty cool to find, though.
But you know what? If you were walking in a rocky mine all the time and dragging your heels, I guess that would be really beneficial, wouldn't it, to a boot?
Well, yeah, because boots were expensive, and you wanted them to last, so they'd put them on there to take the wear and tear, right? And
yeah, they took 2 pinches out of your poke.
Uh-oh, the old poke again. I remember when we got on that subject that one night.
But yeah, just like I said, dry washing's fun to some people, and it's horrible to others because they got dust flying in their face and this and that. It's all about positioning your machinery, guys. And, out here, you got in the morning till 12 o'clock, in the morning to 11, okay, it's going to blow one way. After that, it's going to change on you. It's going to blow another direction. So just get used to that. It always happens every day, no matter where I've ever dry washed at. Half day, you could always just bank on it. You're going to have to move your stuff around, turn it around, or move your engine to the other side, all that stuff, because the air out here is just going to change. But for a lot of parts, they don't like it, and then they get back and they actually see some of the coarse, chunkier gold, and they get kind of turned on by it. Then they're like, okay, now I see I can, I find stuff. The only thing bad about dry washing, Tim and you guys, it's not, what do they call it, self-gratifying. You just can't look in the box and go, oh, I see gold.
Right.
And that's really the part that kicks everybody, because they cannot see it. When they do a clean out, they can't say, okay, there was the gold. They just got to put it in and go pan it.
Right.
And I don't know. But like I said, dry washer's pretty much king out here until it floods. And then when it floods, then you got to be able to switch your whole thing around and go strictly into wet. And that's what we're going to do this year.
All right. Pretty cool.
I'm thinking anyway.
Pretty cool.
But just like I said, remember, guys, if you see sharp rocks, river rocks, there's a contact zone in there. Look for the area and look for the sand. Well, once you figure it out, you're going to go in that sand, and then the other stuff's got gold in it predominantly, but take that sand with river rock. That's my tip.
Nice. Very good. Very good tips. I liked it. Nice segment, Scott. Way to go, brother. You appreciated it. And you be safe out there for sure. Have fun going and getting your new toy. And post a picture of that beast if you get it.
So, Scott, when you start dredging in Arizona, are there snakes in the water?
No.
Oh, okay.
If you, I'll tell you what, I have never seen a snake in the water out here.
Okay.
None. Because when the water comes down, look, I got a 7mm suit on. If that snake's swimming up in that cold water, he's not moving very fast.
Okay.
I'm moving faster than that snake.
I don't know if them kind of snakes like water, do they? Them rattlesnakes.
Well, the ones in Ohio do.
Right, but them
I don't like snakes in water.
I don't think rattlesnakes like water.
You guys got to remember, reptiles are cold-blooded animals. So whatever the temperature is they're in is how fast that they're going to move. If it's cold water,
and you're a warm body, so I'm getting out of there.
Yeah.
How cold is that water, really?
cold.
That's snow runoff, right? So
yeah, like I got maybe I can push it and go for an hour, but when I stand up, I'll fall forward again because my legs ain't working.
Yeah, see, it's cold. That's cold water. So that's why I think them snakes ain't gonna get in there. They ain't even considering it.
Like I said, we'll do about an hour in, and then we'll get back out, and I'll set my black wetsuit. I don't care if it's wet,
right?
Because that black's going to take sunshine to it eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll do that for about a half hour or 40 minutes, and then we'll try to get back in. And then like I said, the second hour you try to do it, you're going to get a little stiff, before the whole hour's up, but you kind of manage your way through it. I think out here, if you're really doing dredging and you're in the water, in a given day, you're going to pull about 4 hours, and that's going to be your max. If you pull anything over that, you're kind of risking yourself of having your body go into hypothermia. It's just not, your core's not building up enough. Even though your skin feels warm, it's the core. If your toes and your fingers are still cold, don't go back in the water, because if your fingers and toes are still cold, that means all your blood is around your core to keep your organs alive. And you're going to go into hypothermia.
Crazy. Well, like I said, keep us posted, brother. Let us know.
You got it.
Okay?
You got it.
All right. Anybody got anything else we need to cover tonight before we wrap it up?
Nope.
Nothing here.
I think we're good. So on that,
I'll tell you, I got one thing to say. Like I said, the YouTube channel, you guys out there, come on, share that link. Get some subscribers. I already seen right here on my Facebook, I already got 3 subscribers already that's already went in there and did it. So I know you guys get 3. Everybody on here gets 3. Hey, we're going to build this channel up real good. We're going to have this gold thing happening.
That's right. And we want to thank you. Thanks, Scott, for that. And thanks again to Shad for getting that all hooked up. And we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight as well. And, oh, mercy. And don't forget, if you like what we do, become a patron today. Click the red tab there on any of the pages on Gold Prospector Space, and it'll take you right to it. I want to thank the crew for being here tonight, and we want to thank you guys for tuning in on another West Coast Wednesday. Be sure to tune in Sunday as well at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. We'll be here, and we hope you can make it as well. And on that note, good night, everybody.
Good night, Gold Diggers.
Good night.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.